Can Mass Effect be saved? Gamers, we're here to answer that very question. Welcome to Xbox Beyond the Box. I'm your host, Dragon Dust. I hope y'all had a lovely Merry Christmas. If you haven't already, hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. So gamers, we're here to answer the big question, can the Mass Effect series be saved? And we're going to look at, what went wrong and what possibly could happen. Because we know a few things are going on with the Mass Effect series. Number one, we know that Casey Hudson has come back and work has started on a new Mass Effect. But let's face it, the hype is over for Mass Effect. We don't see anybody on social media really talking about the game anymore, especially after what was considered to be the disaster known as Mass Effect Andromeda. We went from the iconic Shepard to Ryder, who just was basically a nobody. Nobody really wanted to even play as this character, and that was kind of sad. But gamers, when we look back, let's look back at what really started Mass Effect's downfall, and it starts out with two words: Electronic Arts. Gamers, when I first played Mass Effect, it was an awesome game, and I knew it had potential. It was just loaded with potential. But when Mass Effect 2 came out, and I had heard that EA had bought BioWare, we all knew, anybody who was a gamer knew that EA had put their mark on this game and it was over. We had hope. We thought Casey Hudson could save the series. But ultimately, Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 were such departures from one another. And then, of course, we had the ending for Mass Effect 3. And it was gut-wrenching. So many people were so angry about this one ending that I thought for sure that it was going to kill the Mass Effect series. But no, EA had to go along and basically break out a nail gun and decide to put a few more nails in the coffin by releasing Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, like I said earlier, we know that Casey Hudson has come back, that work has started on a new Mass Effect. But the question is, gamers, and I do want to hear from you, and I know this is a big if, can Casey Hudson bring back the fans? I mean, EA has, stuck their fingers in this game so badly that I'm not even for sure that gamers will want to return back to Mass Effect. And I mean, the next big question is, where do you go? Nobody really wants to see Shepard, and we damn sure don't want to see Ryder anymore. Everybody that I've talked to, Ryder is done. I think they ended the series in a comic book. They're not even going to do a sequel to Andromeda, which kind of sucks. The game had potential. It really did. Had it been given the opportunity, it could have really, really excelled. But, I mean, it turned the fans on it so fast, and the hate train got rolling that there was just no stopping it. Now the question is, where do you go from here? You can't go back to Andromeda. You damn sure don't need to do a prequel. Now, one of the questions, or one of the things I've been hearing about on social media via my wife, who keeps track of all this stuff, is a lot of people would like to see a remastered version or a reboot to the entire trilogy. Bring it all up to date, polish it off, and re-release it, and hopefully bring back some of the fans. Because, I mean, let's face it, the original Mass Effect trilogy is where the fan base was at. And to kind of either bring it up to the Xbox One S or the Xbox One X, which the graphics apparently are amazing, and hopefully change the ending and rewrite the storyline a little bit, add a few side quests to Mass Effect 1, cooler armor, and all that stuff. But the fear here is, once again, EA has tainted this series as well as Star Wars Battlefront with microtransactions. If EA does this, it is for sure to put a stake rather than a nail right into the coffin, right into the heart of Mass Effect. It is terrifying to think that this series, that was once considered so great, has fallen so hard because of one company's greed. So, with that being said, gamers, what are your thoughts? What do you think Casey Hudson's up to? Do you want to see a prequel? Do you want to see a remastered copy? Or do you want to see a sequel to the Milky Way galaxy? because I'm pretty sure nobody wants to see Andromeda, and if you do, please sound off. I want to hear, did anybody want to see Andromeda try to bounce back? To me, I really wanted to see it. There was a lot of great potential there. And if you're in the Milky Way galaxy, where do you go from here? Because the ending to Mass Effect 3 was that all the relays were destroyed, I think, was how it all ended. Or there were several alternate endings. What do you go with? Because we're standing on the cusp of a great series that, potentially is going to be dead forever, or Casey Hudson, and I think it'll take an act of God along with Casey Hudson to bring back this entire series. It is scary to think about. Like I say, gamers, sound off in the comments below. We thank you for viewing. I've been your host, Dragon Dust. This has been Xbox Beyond the Box, asking the question, can Mass Effect come back? Give us your answer, gamers. I'm out of here, y'all.